Hey everyone, this is Joe Hawk News Sports. Hope you enjoy your day today in this video. So the Flames and the Canadiens. Yes, the Canadiens back at home like the other night, and the Canadiens won 4-2 of the Flames the other night. That was on a Thursday night. That was the 28th. Now it's the 30th, Saturday night hockey. And it's Canadian hockey rivalries again. All Canadian teams here. So the Flames are 2-3-1 of the season, and the Canadiens are 5-0-2 of the season. So Montreal has not lost in regulation just yet. Before I get that started, I want to see what other teams have not lost in regulation. Just wondering. Toronto. Actually, yes, they have 2 losses. No OT, sorry. Washington, Montreal, and Florida. Yeah, Washington, Montreal, and Florida are the last 3 remaining teams of not having a regulation loss. Yes, overtime loss, a couple overtime losses for each team, but not in regulation loss. Meaning they at least got 1 point from all the victories they had, which is nice to have. So Montreal won 4-2 over them. It was basically 4-0, then the shutout got blown because of Milan Lucic. Canadiens goalie and Carey Price and Jake Allen are not allowed to have shutouts this season and years before with Carey Price. Just not allowed. No shutouts. Just banned from hockey. Well, not just banned from hockey, banned from the Canadiens and the goaltending. But except that, we'll get into our lineups of tonight. So the Flames have Gaudreau, Monahan, Simone, changing things up. Mangiapane was on the first line. Now you have Simone goes from the second line to the first line, changing things up. You gotta change things up. The chemistry, sometimes things aren't working, things need to change. You're not gonna keep things the same. You can't be stubborn. You gotta be open to new ideas. And if Simone can work with Monahan and Gaudreau, that might be the thing. Now Monahan been on the first line with Gaudreau now. Before it was Tkachuk, Lindholm, and Mangiapane. Second line is that team. Tkachuk, Lindholm, Levo this time. Josh Levo on the top 6 here. Then you have Sam Bennett, Backlund, and Mangiapane. Then Lucic, Ryan, and Nordstrom. So they did change some things up. We'll see how these line changes affect the game tonight. Can they win with it, or do they still need help? We'll see what happens there. Definitely things have changed. Moving Simone to the first line, really try to get something together. The right side isn't the best compared to Montreal. Montreal has Gallagher and Josh Anderson and, of course, Mia, but he's out. But you have Corey Perry there and Lehkonen. You have a fantastic right side for Montreal. But for the Flames, they lack in that area. So that's the thing for them. On the left side, they're not bad, the Flames. So also, Montreal's not bad on the left side either. But really, that's the problem. On that right side, too, they don't have that goal scoring from that right side as much. Simone is not your top 6 player. He's not a franchise or a top winger, is he? Or Levo. Mangiapane is an interesting player. He really is young, but he's a good player. But those guys aren't like a Brendan Gallagher or like a, Josh Anderson on that top 6. They're just not. They're a grade down or 2, for sure. So on defense, you have Mark Giordano, Rasmus Anderson, Hannafin, Tanev, Valimaki, and Nestrov. Nestrov going in, backhand, forehand, moving the hips of Price to one side, and he almost made it in, hit the post, but good chance for him. And instead of Riddick tonight, it is Jacob Markstrom back in net, because the thing is, in this 50 games schedule, you're not going to play your goaltender 56 times. So they had to use Riddick the other night. The back of Markstrom, Riddick did not look the best. He looked okay, just some of the goals kind of like, you let that one in? Okay. I don't know what to tell you about that, but whatever. That's why Markstrom is the goalie, and that's why they wanted to sign him. They needed that franchise goalie, that franchise guy they have not had since Kaprizov Kipsasov. So remember that Kaprizov Kipsasov is the last one they had for sure. Buddy Robinson is scratched and injured. Is still Dylan Dubé. He did not play in that game time decision of the game. He's still maybe a game time decision tonight. For Montreal side, you got Tatar, Danault, Gallagher. That doesn't change Juan, Suzuki, Anderson, the top six absolutely does not change. It's working, it's scoring, you're doing great things. Why would you change things? On the other hand, Flames, they need help, they change things. But Montreal, at this point, you don't change things, you keep things the same. Now, you also have Toffoli, Kotkaniemi, and Perry. That hasn't changed. 2 points in 2 games for Corey Perry. Great thing. Also, Toffoli leading the goal scoring here. Tyler Toffoli. And on the fourth line, Byron, Evans, and Lehkonen. That fourth line is your penalty kill experts right there. Those guys. Also Dano too. I have to say that. But Tui Lehkonen, Evans has absolutely shown some great stuff. One of the videos, the hockey videos, they were talking about Montreal and all that. I'm like, but how about Jake Evans? You didn't mention Jake Evans. He's a key part of Montreal right now. On the penalty kill at times too. He's been great. He's been just a guy who bides his time on the penalty kill. Absolutely. And teams are going to start hating him because he's going to be buying time. And teams will be like, you're taking away from my power play time. Come on. He's great on that. Lehkonen, a great looking guy. And Byron, great speed from him. I know it's about $3 million for his contract, but he's just bringing depth to the team for sure. On defense has not changed either, and why would you? Sherratt, Rebel, Edmondson, Petrie, Kulak, Romanov, and you feel bad for Mete, but like, if you replaced Mete with Romanov, but Romanov's been a key cornerstone of the Montreal Canadiens on the penalty kill, on that second power play unit. Like, why would you change things? Edmondson, he's been like a +9. Why would you have him? Like, what is he now? Is he a +7 or 8? I believe so. He's a +8. Why would you want to change it? 2 points in 7 games, +8? You don't. If things start to struggle, you can't start to be Mete back in. But really, why? And Jake Allen coming in, just what we want Jake Allen for. He's out there for Montreal, so Carey Price can rest. He can keep resting. And look at, this is the most time Carey Price has ever rested. Just think of the time now they're using Jake Allen. Kind of like splitting starts, Absolutely. Kind of reminds me of Halak and Rask. Last year and this year, how they would split starts. And look how fantastic Rask looked like last year. Right? You use him too much, it's not good enough. You split starts, or close to split starts, it looks fantastic. He looks like a Vezina Trophy winner, right? Same thing with Carey Price. You need him at his best. We don't want to wear him down at this time. And when the playoffs roll around, well, he has an injury, he might be out and all that. No, he'll be well rested, ready to compete. So that's why Jake Allen's in tonight. He's played 2 times, to be 3rd time in the season for the Montreal Canadiens, and he's 2-0-0. So we gotta love that. You gotta love what he has done so far, and he looked absolutely fantastic. And nothing really complain about Jake Allen whatsoever. Absolutely not. And nothing really complain about the Montreal Canadiens for this time. All right, so Yoel Amia is still out with concussion. And the status report is Dubé will be a game-time decision after missing the last 3 games. It was a game-time decision last game, like we said. Markstrom, who will rest on Thursday, will start the next, make his 6th start in 7 games. Almir, a forward, skated on his own earlier this week, but not practiced since he was injured by the hit of Vancouver Canucks Tyler Miles on January 21st. We know that. So he's been skating. That's good. Good sign to see him skating, knowing that he's feeling better. No contact yet, but he'll get there. But right now, that's why Mark Bergevin brought in Corey Perry, Michael Folik. So when guys go down like Almir or any player on that